On August 12, 1985, a maintenance shortcut cost the lives of 520 people, the deadliest single aircraft accident in history. The tragedy of Japan Airlines Flight 123 would send shockwaves through the aviation world, forever changing how airlines approach safety and maintenance. That summer evening, Flight 123 departed Tokyo's Haneda Airport, bound for Osaka. The flight was routine, the skies clear, and the mood on board was calm. But just 12 minutes after takeoff, a sudden, deafening bang shattered the peace, sending the massive Boeing 747 into chaos. The rear pressure bulkhead, an essential part designed to keep the cabin pressurized at high altitude, had failed catastrophically. In an instant, the integrity of the aircraft was compromised, and the lives of everyone on board were put at risk. But how could such a critical component simply give way? The answer lay hidden in the plane's past. 7 years earlier, Flight 123 had suffered a tail strike during a rough landing. Boeing mechanics were called in to repair the damage to the bulkhead. Instead of following the original repair instructions, the team used a shortcut, a single row of rivets instead of two, and the wrong type of splice plate. It was a small deviation, but one that would have devastating consequences years later. On the surface, the fix looked solid. The plane returned to service, flying thousands of passengers safely for years. But with every takeoff and landing, invisible stress built up around the weak repair, slowly weakening the structure. Tiny cracks began to form, almost undetectable at first. Over time, these cracks grew, spreading silently with each pressurization cycle, until the bulkhead was a ticking time bomb. On that fateful August day, the cracks finally reached their breaking point. The bulkhead burst open, blowing out the tail of the 747, and causing a violent decompression that changed everything in seconds. The explosive decompression severed all 4 hydraulic systems, leaving the pilots with no way to control the plane's flight surfaces. The aircraft was now almost impossible to steer. The pilots faced the unimaginable, a jumbo jet with no controls at all. The plane began to roll, pitch, and yaw unpredictably as the crew desperately tried to regain command. The crew tried everything they could, using engine thrusts to steer, radioing for help, and fighting for control with every ounce of skill and determination they had. But the odds were stacked against them. For 32 agonizing minutes, Flight 123 soared and dipped over the mountains near Mount Fuji. Passengers, aware of their fate, wrote heartbreaking goodbye letters to loved ones, hoping their words would be found. The crew wrestled the crippled aircraft, refusing to give up hope, but it was no use. The damage was simply too great to overcome. The plane crashed into a remote mountainside, far from help. Of the 524 people on board, only 4 miraculously survived the impact. 520 lives were lost, all because of a shortcut in a repair that no one thought would ever fail. The pain and loss rippled through families, communities, and the entire aviation industry. This tragedy forced a reckoning. Investigators overhauled maintenance standards, demanding stricter oversight and better training for repair crews. Airlines doubled down on inspections, introducing new protocols to catch even the smallest mistakes before they could become disasters. Every repair, no matter how minor, was now subject to rigorous checks and double checks. The culture of safety became paramount, with lives depending on every detail. When you fly today, it's because of lessons learned from disasters like JL123. Every bolt, rivet, and repair is scrutinized to keep passengers safe, and every flight honors the memory of those lost. If you found this story eye-opening, subscribe for more stories from the skies and the lessons they teach us. Aviation safety is written in the lives and stories of those who came before.